They thought it was over. They burned the house. They buried her story. But this Halloween, she came back. Not for candy, not for revenge, but for the ones who knew her secret. The town of Hollow Creek tried to forget. Last year, journalist Mara Dean vanished while investigating the local legend of the Candy Girl. The footage she left behind went viral. A scream, a blur of motion, then a sudden cut to static. Now, a full year has passed, and Halloween has returned to Hollow Creek. But the town is a ghost of its former self. No one opens their doors anymore. The streets are bare of decorations. There's no laughter, only a heavy, oppressive silence. But one man refuses to let the silence win. Detective Aaron Blake. He's a man who deals in facts, not phantoms. He believes in evidence, not ghost stories, and he's determined to uncover the truth behind what really happened to Mara Dean that night. Blake's investigation begins at the abandoned row house, the old home of Ethan, a key figure in Mara's original investigation. He pushes open the creaking door, his flashlight beam cutting through the thick darkness. Dust motes dance in the light, disturbed for the first time in a year. Cobwebs hang like funeral shrouds. As he sweeps the light across the decaying walls, he spots it. Words scratched into the plaster, the letters tiny and frantic. She never left. Nearby, half buried under a pile of debris, he finds an old camera. Mara's camera. He powers it on, his breath catching in his throat as the screen flickers to life. The last frame is a selfie, Mara looking terrified. But it's the reflection in the mirror behind her that makes Blake's blood run cold. The Candy Girl is standing right there. But the angle of the mirror reveals something impossible, something far worse. There aren't just one of her. There are dozens. A crowd of identical girls, each a different age from a toddler to a teenager. And every single one of them is smiling that same eerie smile. Suddenly, the camera's battery sparks, an impossible surge of power. And from the tiny speaker, a chilling whisper slithers out, "He's next." Later that night, Blake is back in his sterile motel room, poring over the horrifying footage. The fluorescent lights above begin to flicker erratically. A deep, unnatural cold seeps into the room, chilling him to the bone. The static on his television screen intensifies, and a voice, a child's voice, bleeds through the white noise. Softly, it says, "Trick or treat." He freezes. It's the same phrase from the reports, the same words whispered before Mara's final scream. He lunges for the remote and kills the power. The room is plunged back into silence, a thick, waiting silence. Then, knock, knock, knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks on his motel room door. Every instinct screams at him. He creeps to the door and peers through the peephole. Nothing, just an empty, dimly lit hallway. Cautiously, he unlatches the deadbolt and opens the door. The hallway is deserted. But there, lying on the worn welcome mat, is a single piece of candy. It's wrapped in faded pink paper. His hand trembling slightly, he picks it up. Inside, nestled in the cheap chocolate, he finds a small, human tooth. Driven by a mix of terror and grim determination, Blake heads to the town archives. He needs answers, and he needs them now. He digs through dusty, forgotten records until he finds it. A file on a fire, dated October 31st, 1953. An entire family, burned alive in their home after their young daughter mysteriously disappeared. Her name was Abigail Rowe, the same surname as Ethan. The brittle, yellowed report details a horrifying local rumor. After Abigail drowned near the old Hollow Creek Bridge, her grief-stricken parents performed a dark, forbidden ritual to bring her back. But what they brought back wasn't their daughter. It was something else, something that wore her face. And every Halloween since, the ritual repeats itself. A malevolent cycle feeding on fear, guilt, and blood. The only way to end it, the old texts claimed, was for someone to willingly offer themselves in her place. That night, Blake drives to the old bridge. The air is heavy with mist rolling off the black water below, where a few forgotten pumpkin lanterns float like ghostly eyes. He sets Mara's camera on the hood of his car, its lens pointed at him. "I'm ending this tonight," he says into the camera, his voice steady despite the tremor in his hands. As if on cue, the mist thickens, swirling around him. A small shadow begins to form on the other side of the bridge. Bare feet, wet, matted hair, a tattered pink dress. It's her. "You shouldn't have looked for me," she says, her voice calm and unnervingly sweet. Then her face begins to twist. Her eyes bleed to pure black voids, her mouth stretching into an impossibly wide, gaping maw. The river below churns violently as a chorus of whispers rises from the darkness, a cacophony of lost voices. "What do you want?" Blake shouts, his resolve cracking. The creature tilts its head, a grotesque parody of childlike curiosity. "I just want to play forever." She lunges forward. The camera topples from the car, capturing a final, frantic image of darkness and water before it cuts out. Screams echo across the bridge, followed by a loud, definitive splash. The next morning, police find Detective Blake's car abandoned by the bridge. The interior is undisturbed. Mara's camera sits on the driver's seat. And on the passenger seat, there are two pumpkin-shaped candy buckets. One is filled to the brim with candy. The other is full of teeth. They say if you go near Hollow Creek Bridge on Halloween night, you can still hear a little girl's laughter carried on the wind. 3 knocks echo across the water. And sometimes, when the moon is just right, you might see the faint outline of a pink dress drifting just beneath the surface. She's still collecting, still waiting. And if you ever hear that slow, deliberate knock on your door, don't open it, because she remembers your name. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another tale from the shadows. Stay safe out there.